Sarah Realms. Welcome to my channel. Hope you vibe, hope you enjoy. Today's video is honestly a video that I'm kind of apprehensive about because it is about every single book that I haven't read that are on my bookshelves, which honestly is most of the books, because I have this tendency of buying books that I saw on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and then I'm like, oh my god, I want to read this book so badly. Then I buy the book, then it sits on my shelf for like a good few years, and then I decide, oh, I want to read it. Okay, we get it? We get it? Good. My first shelf I have right here, I have Babel, Atlas X Crooked Kingdom, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, A Touch of Malice, Black Butler Volumes 1 and 2, and then I have Demon Slayer Volumes 1 through 4, and Black Clover Volumes 1 and 2. I have not read any of the books on this shelf. I know I feel it too. I'm disappointed too, but there are books I have read, okay? And I also have Nezuko. My Nezuko figure. I love Nezuko. Anyways, to the next shelf. I have The Paris Apartment, The Liar's Crown, The Ravens, Daughter of a Moon Goddess, Fable, and A Touch of Darkness. And guess what, my friends? You guessed it? Yup. I have read only one book on this shelf, which was A Touch of Darkness. We're doing so good. We're doing so good. I did read A Touch of Darkness and then proceeded to buy A Touch of Malice and A Touch of Ruin after that. So that's the only reason why technically I started the series. Okay? Yes. Okay. So next on the shelf I have Rhapsodic, A Touch of Ruin, then I have volumes 0 through 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I have Six of Crows, Caravel, All of Us Are Villains, Gideon Ninth, The Ninth, Jay figure, Jay from Cub Scouts, love him also. The Night Circus, Five Survive, and Wrong Place, Wrong Time. Okay, I technically haven't read any of these, but I started Caraval, I'm 100 pages in, and then Wrong Place, Wrong Time, I think I'm like 20-30 pages into this book. I don't remember. I remember I finished the first chapter. That's all I remember. Then K-pop stuff. So next shelf. See, this is where we get better. This is where I don't disappoint the community, okay? So on this shelf, I'm Glad My Mom Died, Heartstoppers Volumes 1. So here's Volume 1 and 2-4. Then I have the Heartstopper Yearbook, Nick and Charlie, Better Than the Movies, Beach Read, She Gets the Girl, Queerly Beloved, Solitaire, I Was Born for This. And I have read the entire Heartstopper series plus the yearbook. I have started I'm Glad My Mom Died, but I'm taking a break on that book. And I got like 90 pages into that. Okay, I have not read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have not read 8 books on this shelf. And then my Kiowa. Next shelf. This is the Heartstopper coloring book. Ignore it. It just combined. There's nothing to read on there, so it doesn't count. Then I have A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, and then A Court of Wings and Ruin. Have not read any of them. Red, White, and Royal Blue. Then I have The Spanish Love Deception, What If It's Us, The Ones We Burn, Girl in Pieces, and then Love Theoretically. And I haven't read any of them. Next I have The Priory of the Orange Tree, Hearts of the Sun Warrior, The Godparent Trap, She Who Became the Sun, Conversation with Friends. I turned it around because the spine doesn't match, but like the pages do. So, and then The Bodyguard. On this shelf, okay, we got No Longer Human, Love in the Time of Serial Killers, Vow of Thieves, Ruin and Rising, which is like the third book of the Shadow and Bone trilogy. Iron Widow hard copy, and then Read on the River, and then the 48 Laws of Power. I think this shelf is the one where like the majority I have already read. And then I read the Love in the Time of Serial Killers and then No Longer Human. The only books I haven't read is 48 Laws of Power, Vow of Thieves, and Read on the River. Read on the River was a gift from my sister. I have no idea what it's about, but I gotta read it for her because she got it for me. Also, I do have the Foxglove King that I borrowed from the library, which technically doesn't count, but it is on my TBR, and then Cemetery Boys. And this I'm not counting because I'm getting rid of it. I'm unhauling that. Okay, I'm just gonna be like right here bobbing. Ignore that. So then I have Children of Ragnarok, The Guest List, Dance of Thieves, A Thousand Splendid Suns, The Broken Girls, The Lightning Thief, and then Tomorrow and Tomorrow. So I have not read any of this minus The Lightning Thief back in middle school. Loved it. Will be picking up again. So next shelf, I have The Hawthorne Legacy, The Downstairs Girls, The Fine Print, If He Had Been With Me, Legendborn, The Love Hypothesis, Archer's Voice, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. I freaking love this book. Like, look at how pretty. This is like something I would pass down to my family. Anyways. Okay, then I have The Stars and Smoke, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, The Only Survivors. It is Throne of Glass, Shadow and Bone, the first book. The Dragon's Promise, The Sunbearer Trials, Siege and Storm, Jade, Fire, and Gold, The Inheritance Games. Then One Dark Window, To Catch a Killer, The Good Girl, and then Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which I am getting to. I am currently reading Lore and this book for a video that should be out soon. So then I have The Fear, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, 14 Ways to Die, A King of Wrath. Then this is where Lore would be, but it's over there, so yeah. Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales from the Cafe, the second book of Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Suppose a Kid from the Last Dungeon Boonies Moved to a Starter Town, Volume 1, which is my sister who is like reading the series, and she was like, oh, you need to start reading it. So I'm also starting it for her. And then Here's to Us, Six Crimson Cranes, The Diamond Eye from my library for like $1. It's crazy. If your library sells their own books, always check it out because you could find mad deals for like good books. I'm just saying. And then The Poppy War. I really want to get into R.F. Kuang because I've heard so many good things. I'm scared of her books because they're apparently very think. Like, you gotta use your brain a lot, and sometimes my brain be malfunctioning, you know? Or they're extremely sad. Like this one. I've heard it puts you in a emotional turmoil. I know how to speak English. I am professional. Yes. The last 3 shelves is all manga, and I have not read most of these books. I swear I know. I read. I just don't read the books that I have. Okay, so I have volumes 1 through 9, so everything that's currently out of Spy Family. I have read volume 1. I have not read the rest of the series. Then I have There Are Things I Can't Tell You. I have already read that book. And then Blue Exorcist volumes 1 and 2. I have not read it, but I watched the entire anime. So technically I read it, but I didn't read it. Yeah. I have volumes 1 through 5 of Attack on Titan. The Promised Neverland volumes 1 through 3. And honestly, I really recommend this series if you're ever looking for recipes on like anything. It's a great cookbook, you know. Love it. Please, if you take my recommendation to go into this cookbook, check out the trigger warnings before you do, because it's a great cookbook, and you'll understand after you either read the first 2 volumes or watch the first 2 episodes of the anime. It's a great inside joke of the fandom. Anyways, then I have under The Devil is a Part-Timer, volumes 1 and 2. Yeah. I just keep it there because like they don't combine with the rest of the shelf, so I keep them hidden. But they're there. I'm gonna read them eventually, but like just... Okay. Then I have Tomorrow, Make Me Yours, and then I have 1 through 4 volumes of Haikyuu. I saw first 2 seasons of Haikyuu, still have to get into the 3rd one. I freaking love them! I would sell my soul for these boys. Like, my babies. Okay, last shelf. It's the last shelf. I'm starting to question my entire existence right now. Because I have so many books and I realized most of them I did not read. My last shelf. Yay. Ouran High School Host Club, Volume 1. I have volumes 1 through 4 of My Hero Academia. I have the first 3 volumes of One Punch Man. The first 2 volumes of Noragami, and then I have The World's Finest Assassin Gets Reincarnated in Another World as an Aristocrat, volumes 1 and 2. What is up with these people with long names, okay? There's been a trend recently that like mangas and like animes have really long titles. Like, this is the entire title of this one manga. It's a whole 2-sentence, bro. This one, The World's Finest Assassin Gets Reincarnated in Another World as an Aristocrat. That's 2 sentences, basically. And then finally I have Sayonara Game, which I did start. I haven't finished that. But honestly, these books I can binge in like 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could probably finish my entire manga collection in a week. Don't quote me on that, because I'm gonna start. Comment if you want to see that series. Where I just binge the entirety of my manga collection in a week. So I'm gonna count all the books that I have not read on my shelf. I just know it's gonna be in the hundreds, bro. I am not ready for this. Wish me luck. Honestly, I thought it would be worse. Okay, so out of 149 books, I have not read 128 of them. I don't know how to feel anymore. I do know I have a lot of books. Actually, 128. Hold up. I forgot to count lore. Technically, I haven't finished reading it, but 128 books out of 149 books that I have not read. That's like 90% of it. The good thing is that I honestly haven't been feeling like buying new books because I want to read most of the books that I currently own. I do have a series and a future video that's coming up that is gonna try to target my TBR and get most of them read. Hopefully by the end of the year, at least I could drop it to 100. Can't say that might be possible, but I'll try, I'll believe, I'll hope with everything. If I don't buy any more books and I don't get swayed by YouTube or TikTok, I think I'll be able to knock off like that 30 amount of books by the end of the year. Hopefully. It's already gonna be August. I don't know, man. I don't promise anything. Just know that's my goal. I want to get to like 100 books that I haven't read on my TBR. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye. Have a good day and don't die.